only thing I'll hear without doing anything is Edinburgh chat on 235444. If I want to put a call out on Scott chat, or if I know you guys are on Wednesday night when I'm out with the dog, what I have to do is blip that talk group on my radio into the repeater, and that will user activate the 2550 Scott chat channel. And if there's a QSO going on, when I release the PTT, having just pressed it for half a second, I'll hear the QSO, and then I can wait my turn. If I don't wait and just press the button, if there's another QSO going on, it'll probably trample over the top of it, because the repeater in Edinburgh is set for RF traffic priority. So it will just put that data stream out onto the network. So when you release the PTT from your chat with, I don't know, Stuart or whoever, you'll immediately hear me coming through. So it's a combination of dynamic time slot allocation on the repeater and radios set up in an impolite way. So other than disciplined users to say, blip the talk group and listen, because sometimes you have to listen for a whole over to finish before you hear the next bit, and just to leave gaps. So it's one of the downsides of DMR. It sounds like 80 metres on a Sunday morning sometimes. Wonder if that helps. So. Thanks for that. So that would allow, if I'm listening to Stuart and another station come in while Stuart's talking, could that other station then come over the top of the station that I'm listening to? And also, ever since I got into DMR, it was always the understanding, as far as I was taught, is that when you come on DMR, you need to listen for a couple of minutes and not key up straight away, because when you key up, it takes time, obviously, for the server and any chance to come through to you. Would that be right, Alistair? Back to you. Yeah, DMR is rubbish for listeners. So if you turn your radio on, unless if you're listening through the repeater, you won't hear anything unless it's unless it's a static talk group. So where's the busy talk group? DI, Black Isle chat. It's busy all the time. So it doesn't come through the repeater in Edinburgh unless you activate it. So what you have to do is press the PTT and then wait. And sometimes it'll come through when you release the PTT after a wee half-second blip. But sometimes, quite often, you have to wait until that over's finished before you hear the next one. So, strictly speaking, the timeout's 180 seconds on the system. So, strictly speaking, you should blip the talk group up and then wait 3 minutes, especially if you're calling into DI chat. But most folk just wait a wee bit, and then you can get that overlap. What can you do about it? If you really want a non-stop chat with somebody else on a repeater, go to Edinburgh City or one of the quiet talk groups that doesn't get interrupted. But yeah, listening's okay once you've activated the user access talk group. So. No problem, Alistair. Thanks for that. As I said, it's not a big problem. But I've noticed even with the hotspots as well, you go on, and even after a couple of minutes, I have to wait a couple of minutes, because more often than not, I've seen after a couple of minutes, you'll hear an actual chat taking place. So obviously there's a delay from obviously the server coming through by the time it reaches the internet at my house. But it's all good. It's just a couple of things that I'd noticed, and there's a question for you that I thought I'd ask. It's always good to try and, if you don't understand something, to ask. So thanks for that, Alistair. I'll put it back to you, Gerald, MM6 NRK from 2 Lima Sierra Golf.
QM0 Lima Sugar Golf, MM6 NRK, returning to the group. Okay, no bother. Thanks very much for clearing that up, Alistair. And I think it's this time it's back round to Stuart, 2M0 Foxtrot Charlie Tango. And after you're over, Stuart, if you want to pass it back to Shane, MM6 SSI. So go ahead, Stuart.
Mike 0 Foxtrot Charlie Tango, back to the group. Hello, Harry, if you're still listening, welcome to the group. And hello, Alistair. Good to hear you. Got your email today. All good news for me, thanks, and I'll get in touch with you over the email. Yeah, exciting time for me. Alistair has set up a new radio and system hotspot and whatnot for me, and it's in the post, guys. So the next time you hear me, I'll be on a different radio and different setup. So here's hoping it's all going to work. So it's back to you, Mike 6 SSI. Shane, are you there?
Yeah, MM6 SSI in the group returning. Currently in a wee takeaway restaurant just now, so I'll keep it short and sweet. Just going back to Stuart's over there. It depends on hotspots and repeaters as well, I'd say. If you're using a hotspot, it might take a wee minute or two before it comes to a repeater. At least a few seconds in there of the delay, obviously going through the servers. A lot of it depends on the server as well, on what you use. If it's the same server as the repeater it's using, then great. If it's not the same server, then it might take a wee couple of seconds before it jumps server to server. I've noticed as well, when I speak to if somebody's got a different repeater on a different server there, I've noticed a few seconds of a delay as well, going from repeater to repeater. If it's on two different servers, I've also noticed. So that might also be why it might be that someone at one end is all clear, one end of the stick, and then the next end of the stick they've keyed up, just as the other person's keyed up there. And a big thing is also impact is the reflectors we talk about. Some people are still using reflectors, and if you're using reflectors, as we've noticed before, they don't always link. It comes through in 2355, for instance, 44052355, but it doesn't always go back to the reflector. So I think that could also be a big impact there. Right, that's my order ready, so I'll brief off and who wants it next, I don't know where we're going. I'll pass it back over to, haven't heard you Gary for a while, so pass it over to Gary. And then Gary can choose from there. MM6 SSI to MM3 XW.
MM6 SSI. This is MM6 on arcade return. I think Gary was sitting on the side there. I think he was getting his dinner or something. So I think he's going to call in when he's ready again. So this time, Harry, if you're still there, G0LHX, Harry, are you still there?
Yeah, QSL Jared, I'm still here, but I am about to hang on, not be rude to I look forward to, I don't know how often you have this net go, is it once a week on a Wednesday? I'll be more often, remember. So, not be rude, wish you all 73, and thanks for letting me in, and I look forward to the next one.